What's going on, guys? I'm DarkJack. In this video I'm going to share with you what I've learned about the new mode in Nazi Zombies for Call of Duty Black Ops 2 called Grief Mode. And what Grief Mode is it's 4z4, not 4v4, but Treyarch calls it 4z4. It's 4 players on a team against 4 other players on a team, and you have to survive, and whatever team survives the longest wins. So you keep playing until everyone in the other team is dead, and you survive that round. And so in this gameplay I'm playing on the map Farm, and Grief Mode takes place on 2 maps, Town and Farm. So I'm going to give you my tips and tricks for you for both maps. Now first off, you want to buy the M14 off the wall if you're playing in Town. If you're playing on Farm like I am, you want to buy the Olympia, and that's in the barn, and the M14 is near where the bus is. And then after that you want to buy the MP5 off the wall, and that is in the farmer's house on the 2nd floor. And then you would also buy the MP5 on Town too, and that's in the Juggernaut room, which is to the right of where the pack-a-punch machine is, and then that's on the left side of the street, up the stairs. And then after that, after you have the Olympia and the MP5, then buy Juggernaut. Do not use the box until you have Juggernaut. Having Juggernaut is the most important thing in Grief Mode, because whatever team can hold onto their Juggernaut the longest is the one that's going to win. Then after you have Juggernaut in the MP5, and you want to keep buying ammo off the wall rather than using the box. So once you have Juggernaut, then you can use the box, and then trade out the gun that you get from the box with your M14 or Olympia. Then after that, get quick revive, because you want to be able to revive your teammates, because it's important that you all stay alive, because obviously it's Grief Mode. And then then after that you want to keep using the box until you get 2 really good guns. Then in Town you can then upgrade your best gun. So in Grief Mode you want to try to wait for the other team to open the doors for you, rather than you opening up all the doors and spending your money on that, rather than spending your money on Juggernaut in the box and on guns. But if not, you can always open the door. And it's very important also that you get Juggernaut early. That's the most important thing I can tell you, is to have Juggernaut and to not go down. And use communication and stay together. Everyone on your team needs to be in one general area. So I recommend holding out on the 2nd floor of the farmer's house or the 2nd floor of the barn. And then in Town you want to hold out in the top floor of the bar or the top floor of the Juggernaut building. And also when your teammates go down, do not try to revive them unless you have help. If there are a bunch of zombies around, trying to revive them is going to make you go down. And that's the #1 reason why people will go down, is when their teammates go down and then they try to revive them without support, or when there are a bunch of zombies around. So don't do it unless you have help. You're better off letting them die and you staying alive with all of your perks and guns. And in the first 5 rounds of Grief Mode you want to play aggressively. You want to try to steal kills from the other team. You don't want to let the other team get a bunch of kills, because the team that has the most kills is going to have the most points. They'll be able to use the box more, and they'll be able to get Juggernaut earlier. So play aggressively for the first 5 rounds. This is the only time when it's good to steal kills. So you want to steal kills from the other team. Then once you have a bunch of points, you can then use the box, and you can get Juggernaut. You'll have a big advantage over the other team. So after the first 5 rounds it gets more difficult. You want to play more passively. But you don't want to be so passive that you can't get the power-ups, because in Grief Mode, if the other team gets max ammo, that means you don't get max ammo. So you want to take the initiative to get the power-ups, rather than sitting back and letting the other team get all the power-ups. Because that's the only way you can get max ammo, is if you get it, not the other team. But you don't want to be over-aggressive, because if you play over-aggressive, then you're going to go down. So I recommend holding out in the top of the farmhouse. And then also, remember that the box is overrated. A lot of times the box is going to give you bad guns, so most of the time you're just going to be better off buying ammo off the wall with the MP5. And then on the map Town you can also upgrade a gun if you get a good gun from the box. But most of the time the game is over by the time you have enough money to buy a pack-a-punch. And then since it's called Grief Mode, you can grief enemies by knifing them. When you knife an enemy, it knocks them backwards. So if an enemy player is on the ledge, like if they're standing on the ledge at the farmhouse, you can knife them and that'll knock them off, and the zombies will get them. So on the map Farm, if an enemy is doing the box, you can run up to them and knife them off the edge of the balcony. And on Town, if they're near the edge, you can knife them off into the middle, where there's fire and where the zombies are. Also, when you knife enemies, it makes it harder for the other team to revive their teammates. So if an enemy goes down, you can run up and knife the person who's trying to revive their teammate. And what that does is that it makes it harder for them to revive them because they're distracted and you're moving them around. And it frustrates them and makes them mad. So whenever you can, knife the enemy. And then when you're playing, you also don't want to just aim down the sights at one place. You want to always be aware of your surroundings and try to move around when there are zombies around you. Also, what I've learned is that do not kill these zombies when the other team starts to go down. So if it's 4v4 and 2 people on the other team are down, do not kill any zombies. So that sounds counterintuitive because you want to kill zombies to get points, but what you should do instead is you should just run a train of zombies. So stop killing zombies when the enemy team is trying to revive their teammates, and run a train and lead the train to where the fallen enemies are, where the rest of their team is trying to get them up. And so you can build up a train of zombies and then run them to where the enemy is, and then run away from the train and have the enemies deal with it, rather than you hoping that they'll go down. And you can also purposely not watch windows and doorways, so that way if there's an enemy in the room with you, they won't be paying attention. They'll be focused on the window, and you'll neglect to watch the stairs, so the zombies will come up the stairs and get the enemy. And then you want to knife the enemies who are trying to revive them. And also, what I found out in grief mode, there's usually one round where everyone goes down and you'll be the last person alive and you'll have to clutch it. So in that case, you just want to be really careful. You don't want to be too risky when everyone's down and you're the only one alive. You just want to do what I'm doing in this video, just go back and forth from one safe area to the next, and while leading them in a train. And so that's basically what I've learned about grief mode. Just play carefully, play it the same way that you would play normal zombies, but you want to be annoying, build up trains and lead the trains to the enemy, get Juggernaut early, and knife the enemies whenever you can. So I hope you guys enjoyed these tips, and I'll have more videos up later. Peace.